Good evening, folks. Stream seems to be stable. How are we doing tonight? I do see Babel in chat. Good evening, good evening. We should be good to go. Seems like audio is doing fine as well. If I need to be a little bit louder, please let me know. And we'll get to it. Let's see, I'm already at 85%, okay. Hello, hello, hello. I do see a couple of viewers. How are we doing tonight? Speaking of which, let's take a look at the announcement post. Any new questions? No. Okay. Knorm, good evening. Thank you for stopping by. It is a great pleasure to have you. A little bit louder would be great. Okay, let's see. Let's see if we can make that happen. If we can make that happen. Filters. Maybe put a little gain. A little bit more gain. A little bit more gain. Your TV is too quiet. Oh, so now I increased the volume, but it's too loud now? Or is it fine? I hope it's fine. All right. I might be too loud, actually. Let's bring that back down to 1.5. So don't get too much into the red area. And oversteer. Hit the limit. Right, cool. What? What do you mean, what? Your hiccups are gone now. Perfect. That's glad to hear. Perfect in action. Perfection in action, actually. Nice. All right. Are you all excited about what we have in for a treat today? I surely hope so. All right. Cool. Let's start with live streaming, because apparently there is a lot for the roadmap in 2025. Not everything for horizontal live streaming, but a couple of pretty cool things that are on the horizon for us. So, unfortunately, the fun or creator wishes stuff, like community points or whatever, channel points, are still low priority. And as far as we've been told, there is currently nothing in that direction being worked on, because they want to focus on core aspects of live streaming on YouTube. And honestly, let's face it, make the core better. We do have the better quality. We can make do with like third-party extensions, etc. So I'm fine with that. Let's get started. Membership gifting will get another section later on in the live stream. Don't worry, we haven't forgotten it. And in general, monetization features are currently more of a priority, like, for example, a take a break and take a break feature, where you just like have an, let's say, an I'll be right back screen for a couple of minutes. And in that time, your break can be monetized, which we have seen on other platforms before. And I do think that introducing that kind of feature and, well, basically bundling all the mid-rolls into an area where there's a break anyway, can improve the overall user experience. And I do think that's a good idea. We'll see how this will turn out. There's no rollout plan yet, but it is something they are working on, and they felt confident sharing with us. All right, cool. Also, there will be user engagement CTAs. So a CTA is a call to action, for those who don't know. And basically, it will encourage users to actually engage with the chat. So, for example, if you're new to a channel, it will say, hey, why don't you post in chat, say hello to everyone, etc. And I do think that is a good addition. It's a nice little feature. We'll see how it turns out and how it improves your overall chat engagement. Cool. We talked about latency improvements last year, mainly in Korea, and they were roughly 30% improvements, if we remember correctly. And they are said to be rolling out more widely, if not globally, within the next quarter. So that means we should see 100% of this by 2025 Q2, which is May, June, July. So until July, we should see a big improvement in latency. Cool? Cool. I think so too. Then we will get moderation tool improvements, such as a tweaked mod view. So the overall modding tools will look a little differently, and I do think that it's a great addition. And there will be a stronger moderation action. As you know, currently the YouTube ban is like hide from channel, and it doesn't take into account alt accounts, which this new moderation action will do. So all alt accounts or all related accounts that YouTube thinks are related will be banned on the channel as well, or hidden for the matter of fact. And I do think that is a pretty good addition. I do like that. Then, and this is personally my favorite, this is something they call MultiAspectRatio. So, for those of you who don't know, aspect ratio is 16 by 9. This is horizontal, or 9 by 16, which would be vertical. Multi-aspect ratio will let you stream a horizontal stream to YouTube, and within the YouTube Live dashboard, select 2 areas in the stream, and it will allow the stream to be automatically, simultaneously converted into a vertical live stream. So you only send out one stream. You don't have to worry about any OBS plugins anymore. So the plan. You don't have to worry about any of that. You only send one stream. You only have to encode one time. All the encoding is done on YouTube's end. And YouTube takes your horizontal stream, makes it a vertical one, and sends it out. But then a lot of details are missing. That would be correct, yes. However, and hear me out, as far as the document states that the multi-aspect ratio streams will both count toward the same stream. So let's say you have 100 views on your stream and you have 1,000 views on your vertical stream. That would be 1,100 views on that stream. The details of this is very, very vague. We don't know much about it. We do know that this is something they are working on. And this is personally my highlight for this upcoming year. We don't know if it's going to be implemented this year. There's no timeline attached to it. It's just something cool that I think, for example, if you try to make a clip from, for example, Twitch, it allows you to select an area, select another area, and automatically compose it into a short to export it to other platforms. And what this will do is basically make your whole stream a short, which you then, and this is the next feature we are going to talk about, there will be a vertical live to shorts highlight feature, which you then can turn into a short. And I do think that this is a workflow. I'm very confident that this is going to work out fine. It's something cool. It's not innovative, as we discussed. Other platforms have done it before in slightly different ways. I do think that this workflow is a good one, though. I do have to agree on that. So, yeah. I already talked about vertical live to short feature, and the live shelves for gaming topics will get more dynamic thumbnail rollouts, which means if you have a live stream, not only will there be a static image, a static thumbnail, but there will also be like a little animation of what's happening in the stream right now. So you can choose while you browse the selection of live streams, which ones you actually want to watch, or which ones you rather want to stay away from. I think another great addition, not gonna lie. And I do think that I want to see more when it actually rolls out. Cool. Any questions so far? Please write them in chat. We'll get back to them later. basically on iOS in the US on English-speaking content, there is currently the my stream just lagged? No, it didn't. At least not on YouTube's end. Okay, anyway, where was I? Oh yeah, voice replies. Voice replies are basically an iOS feature for English-speaking content, which is currently in the US available, and it allows the creator to send a voice reply to a comment. It's fine. It's not the greatest. I'm not a huge fan of voice replies, but that's fine. All right. The next plan for this would be an Android experiment in 2025 Q1. So if you have an Android device, you might be able to get that. There is no full rollout timeline yet, and there is no information about whether or not this will be available on desktop. All right. Cool. What about the community thing? Yes, so fan communities, we don't actually have a, what do you say, a screenshot. That would be the right word for it. Basically, how it will work is, let me grab our channel. And hopefully, if I switch over to the browser scene, you can see a little bit of my OBS stats, but that's fine. You can move them out of the way. So basically what will happen is the community tab, this one, will be renamed into posts. These are community posts, and this will be a post tab. All right? So far, so good. And right next to it, I don't know if on this side or on the other side, there will be the fan community, which is basically same thing, only that it's bidirectional. That means the creator can post something there, but also viewers will be able to post something there. There will be controls on who is allowed to post. Like, for example, as I said, not much known yet, but we have flagged this when it was first talked about last autumn, that the creators certainly want to like restrict on who can actually access this. And as far as I've heard, this will be like you can say only people who are subscribed for so and so long can actually use the fan community. They can only send text, they can send pictures, etc. So there will be moderation available for that. And also there will be moderation tools for the creator to like remove content that they don't think is fit for this community. All right. Cool. I hope that's so far understandable. I hope. If not, please feel free to like ask further. Thank you for the explanation. Okay, I'll take that. This is fine then. All right. So yeah, it's basically another tab on your channel. The community tab will not go away. It will just be renamed to posts, and there will be a new tab called community or fan community, which will be available. Game Masters, thank you very much. 5 memberships. That is really, really generous of you. Do you think those posts would impact the algorithm? That is a really, really good question. I don't think so. So let me explain that. Right now, if you create a community post, there is a chance that community post is going to be shown to a new person. And I don't think that a community post made by a community member on your channel would have the, how do you say that? Doesn't have the right by like, there's no way you could veto that unless you immediately moderate it, right? So what I'm thinking is, let's say you say on my community page, for example, I don't like your content, please do more gaming stuff on your YouTube help channel. And I would be like, okay, that's a weird way to phrase it, but sure, go ahead, I'll just leave it there. And then YouTube would take that and just publish it somewhere. I don't think that's what they want, and I don't think that is what creators want. However, the posts are still going to be able to be seen from somewhere because you as the creator intentionally posted them to inform about something, to make like a funny comment or whatever. And I don't think that fan communities will have an impact in like search and discovery, basically. But again, we don't know much yet. That's just my personal opinion here. All right. Cool. And thank you for the question. That was a really, really good question, I believe. And I'm really glad you could make it to the stream. Speaking of streams, we're going back a little bit. I'm sorry, I just noted them down as they came up in the meeting we just had with YouTube. So there might be a little bit of going back and forth between subjects, but if you're watching after the stream, there will be timestamps available and you can jump between the chapters that are interesting to you to begin with. So, mid-roll ads were something that we talked about in the Christmas stream. Mid-roll ads during live streams will result in these side-by-side ads, and what we've clarified now, that those ads are indeed in-stream video ads, which will play audio. However, I know this is something that Bärbel requested, and we've brought it up to Jensen. He said it is a good idea, he will forward it, but it will require Google Ads to actually be involved in that as well. So it's like a bigger project. He does like the idea of a silent version of the side-by-side ads, where you can still continue to watch the stream and have a better user experience by just having like a little pop-up or a side-by-side ad that's silent, maybe a little animation or something. But he believes that this would be better off not being an in-stream ad that's just muted, but rather a dedicated display ad, which is different in its own way. It's differently calculated when it comes to the prices that advertisers pay for those. So it's a little bit different, but since live stream monetization is a priority for them, they will look into it and it has been forwarded. Felix, good evening. Cool. I'm glad you made it. Then we also talked about the right to monetize. So basically, non-YPP streamers, could they get mid-roll ads even if they are not in the YouTube Partner Program? The clarification on that was, which we just heard, was basically YouTube's right to monetize was back in the day introduced when there were basically no automated mid-roll ads for YouTube live streams, and it was very specific about the ad formats being pre-rolls. However, this is not confirmed. Jensen believes it's not confirmed again. He believes that there is a paragraph in there that states that other ad formats can be added in the future. This might be what be happening. We haven't seen any of those. At least I haven't seen any reports that someone said, oh, there was a mid-roll on my channel, but I'm not even in the partner program. And yeah, so we will get back to that. I actually have a Discord notification, but it is not from Jensen, I believe. No. All right, in that case, let us continue. Cool. We'll stick with live streaming for now, because apparently we talked a lot about live streaming last time. Cheers, by the way. Stay hydrated. So, translation issues in live chats. Mainly, this is something that has been brought up with the German-English localization or translation, that they mix up the words member and subscriber in German. So basically, when it's a subscriber-only chat, they say it's a member-only chat. And sometimes that also happens when you've had a gifted membership run out. It will say your subscription is ending instead of your membership is ending. So it's like all mixed up. This is being looked into there's still an answer pending. We don't know it yet. The team has been pinged again. So, like after the winter break, they have been reminded of this issue, that this still persists. And as soon as I have a follow-up, I will let you guys know. Same goes for the live redirects, where the streamer is not able to join the redirection target from the YouTube live control room. I bet they had someone from Twitch doing it. I mean, might be. But then it would be like follow and subscription and not something else. Who knows? But yeah, so redirects are broken when trying to join the redirection target from the YouTube live control room. Also, answer is pending. It's pretty much a similar team that's working on that. Same goes for the broken color font in dark mode. When when there's an announcement, for example, it will show there's like an issue with the like white text box and white font. It's like barely readable. We do have screenshots of that and send it already to YouTube. So don't worry about it. It's a known issue. It's being worked on. Hopefully we'll catch up once they finally fix it. I mean, it's not a critical issue. It's an annoying issue. The other one, the wrong translation, is far more critical in my opinion. All right, same goes for opening a stream from landscape mode, which actually was tested and reproduced by the community manager as we spoke about it. He just said, okay, yeah, let me try that on my phone right now. He has been able to reproduce it and has submitted a bug report for that. So we're happy about this. We'll see how it's doing. Okay. Gifted memberships. This is something that Chapter Master Valrak was concerned about. And he actually DM'd me a couple of times about this. So apparently there has been a ticket closed a couple of days ago, and it says it's apparently working better again. I mean, I just saw Game Masters gift 5 memberships, and 5 memberships were distributed. But who knows if that's the case if someone buys 50 memberships. If anyone feels obligated to buy 50 memberships, please feel free. So just we can test this. No, don't worry. If you don't want to do it, don't do it. But yeah, so apparently there has been a ticket closed and says that the membership distribution is said to be fixed. We are still waiting on confirmation if that works or not. So I can't tell you more than that. And speaking of live streaming, we talk a lot about live streaming today. We've also seen a couple of folks having issues with regaining access to live streaming after getting flagged as children. So this is something that we do know a fair bit now about. So basically, when YouTube thinks you're a child, or let's say a minor, and in this case, the YouTube policy states a minor is someone under the age of 18, and you are not supervised by an adult in your stream, and by supervised it means an adult has been on camera or has to be on camera to count as you're supervised, then YouTube reserves the right to restrict access to live streaming. And there's no really good way to regain access besides submitting a government ID. And then they also have to believe that the government ID that you submitted is actually yours and not like, say, from your parents or something. And a lot of people have been struggling with this. They are trying to like look into it and see if there's like an accumulation of folks who have problems with this, and maybe there will be another workflow for this to handle this going forward. As of right now, there is not really anything you can do beside providing a government ID and hoping for the best that YouTube Creator Support is able to help you. Not the outcome we wanted to, but the outcome we actually have. All right, cool. We do have AI features for the EU, and this is something that unfortunately won't be coming so soon, which can be a blessing or a curse. We'll see how it turns out. So Dream Screen is the big one. Dream Screen is available for shorts and posts in Canada, the US, New Zealand, and Australia, and will be expanding to more creators in 25 Q1, so up until March. However, as you've seen, no EU, as it is an AI feature and EU regulates more than the others. I do get it though. And there will be an Inspiration tab expansion in 2025 Q2, so up until July. However, there's a big question mark behind it. Literally, it's a question mark in my notes. And we don't know much about it yet. And we'll see how this will turn out and if there are other languages involved in that Inspiration tab expansion. So expansion tab sounds weird. Anyway, cool. Thumbnails. Thumbnail file sizes have been planned to increase to 10 megabyte per thumbnail instead of 2 megabyte as of right now. They are said to be released in 2025 Q1, so up until March. And as of right now, the timeline even suggests it might be in February 2025. Good evening, Hidden. Hidden? How do you say that in English? Hidden. Hit and run. And that's something illegal. All right. So, we do have something hood. Okay, we can say hood. That's fine. So our beloved subject, multi-language audio. I don't even know what to talk about anymore if that's finally rolled out. We do have a blessing of a news coming our way. So, unfortunately, the team is taking their time to roll the feature out, which is fine. However, and now, please sit down if you haven't already. Allowed, that means auto-dubbing, will have a viewer side option to have always show the original language first as default. We made it, folks. We made it. No more shitty translations in your feed. Isn't that great? However, that is only going to be implemented with a full rollout at a 100%, which is said to be happening in April. But we know how the timeline for MLA has been going. I hope for the best, but it's at least acknowledged that this is a problem, and they are actually including it for the full launch. What's happening right now, I believe, is that hallelujah, yeah, exactly. What I believe it's actually happening right now, they are still like collecting data from the auto-translated things, because obviously people would like prefer to watch in the original language, and they try to get as much data of it as possible, which is fine. Thomas, good evening. Which is totally fine, I get it, but it is very, very. It has been like I've been jumping for joy as I heard that, or read that rather. So this will be available for the 100% rollout. 100% rollout might be happening in April. I put in a might. It says on the timeline it will, but I'm not so sure anymore. And there will be another follow-up with the team about whether the manual MLA, so that you manually can upload your own audio tracks, will be available with the full rollout to Allowed as well, or if that's going to be a separate rollout. And I very much hope so, that they just like give the go, because as Jensen said, this might actually be a bug. But yeah, we will see. The rest on my list is basically all PE stuff that's not really that much important to you. We will get access to the virtual items policy and commerce addendum for the PEs to read through, which is the YouTube Bejeweled stuff. It's not that exciting for the German viewers, or viewers outside of the US rather. For US viewers that already have it, it might be interesting, might not be interesting. We'll see how it develops. Then there's some other stuff, maybe some YouTube courses. Oh, we can actually talk a little bit about YouTube courses. So there will be requirements for the YouTube paid courses, and unfortunately they won't be available for the EU right now, even with the full rollout. There are country requirements, which are currently US, Canada, India, Japan, a couple of countries from Central America, but not the EU. And you have to be in the YouTube Partner Program and have to sign the Commerce Addendum, which is the same as memberships. So basically, if you have memberships enabled on your channel, you will have access to paid courses as well, which is nice. There will be additional requirements for the free courses as well. However, there won't be a country restriction, so everyone can get access to that. And the rollout is said to be coming soon, which means it will start probably in March. It might be later than that, right? Cool. And yeah, I believe that's all I had on my follow-up to-do list, which has already been half an hour. And of course, I am willing to take your follow-up questions and get to note them down. Is the new way to distribute gifted memberships prioritizing viewers that are watching still planned for early 2025? Yes, we already talked about that a little earlier. And there has been a ticket that it hasn't been working that great lately. However, there has been a ticket that has been closed that says they have fixed some issues. So right now, it should be better, I guess. I mean, I'm pretty sure Leo's not watching right now. I'm pretty sure Sebazi is not watching right now. I'm sure Punk Rebel Records is not watching right now. I'm not sure about Dino Skill. But yeah, apparently you were in there, so yeah. But please keep in mind though, right? This only applies for the personal accounts. So if you are logged into a brand account, you will still not be able to receive gifted memberships. Is that related? What I mean is something you mentioned in December. Yes, probably. They were working on the distribution, like from late December to like mid-January, as far as I know. And the issues with the membership distribution were popping up. Let me check the documentation real quick. It was first flagged on January 16th, which is pretty much mid of January, so 1 week ago. And there has been like a ticket that has been closed a couple of days ago. So they are actually working on that. Believe it or not. But again, as I said, gifted memberships can only be received from non-brand accounts. They have to opt into receiving memberships, which is a big oof. I mean, didn't we already have an announcement for that? Let me check real quick. Allow gifts. Aha. There we go. So basically, if you have a channel URL, and you add /allow gifts at the end, you should be, so basically channel link /allow gifts, then you get a pop-up on the desktop version and you will be able to allow the gifts for that channel so you can receive them. Obviously only if you're a personal account, not a brand account. All right. Cool. Any additional questions so far? I am more than happy to take. And yes, they are also working on other goal metrics, but we haven't heard anything of that yet. It has been forwarded though. Wish you all a great evening. Thank you, Thomas, for stopping by. I hope you learned something today. And if you have any questions around YouTube, yeah, honor to be here. All right, Thomas, see you, and I'm very happy to always read your name in chat. For 2 years in a row, has there been any more talk about you being able to sort your subscription? I know that they have been experimenting with something like this. I unfortunately do not know if they have actually pursued that. Sorting the subscription feed. I have noted that down. Let me check real quick how the subfeed actually looks right now. It doesn't look very sorted. Okay. That would be brilliant. Yeah, I know. Basically, what they have done, though, is like you have these little chips at the... let me check the home feed, where it says, like at the top, you can filter by podcast, gaming, live streams, music, mixes, audio commentaries, unboxings, etc. And that is individualized by the viewer. So basically, that's kind of like what I could see them implement for the subfeed. I am not sure if they were going to go forward with it, but I've noted it down, and I will ask about it. You said YouTube isn't interested in removing top chat or making it possible for creators to choose one for viewers. That is a good ask. So, top chat likely not going away. Please make it more transparent. I've noted that down. Let me actually check the help center real quick for that. So, YouTube top chat. Learn about live chat. Well, it says, this view filters messages such as potential spam to help make the chat easier to read and more useful. Top chat shows what viewers are likely to value and interact with. What appears in top chat is based on various signals, such as including the chat text, handle text, channel name text, avatar, and video. Top chat may not show content that YouTube detects viewers are not likely to value or interact with. This can include comments that are detected as potentially inappropriate, spam, or impersonation may not show up in the top chat. Detection is based on a variety of signals, such as the text chat commenter channel name, handle text, avatar, channel moderation settings. That's all it says about the top chat. I know, unfortunate, but yeah. I mean, the thing is, I don't believe they will make it more transparent than that. Actually, let me just like forward you the this is the help center article for top chat. It yeah. I don't think they are changing it, and I don't think they will make it more clear than that. I believe that their argument here will be, okay, if we actually start telling people what counts as top chat and what doesn't, we'll make it more likely that people are going to push the boundaries. and it will make the overall chat experience worse. So that's why they probably want to like keep it low. In most cases, the messages between the two modes are 99% identical. It's just random messages are suddenly missing for some reason. Yeah. And that reason could be anything, right? So it could be that the account has been flagged as spam. It could be that the handle is flagged as inappropriate. It might have to do with the blocked words setting on the channel, that there's something that is like weird. I believe we had something. I think when Bärbel had a Bärbelchen account, it would detect the word belch, so basically burp, in the word, and that caused issues. So kind of weird. It's yeah. I don't think they will change it. Emote spam is still bad in YouTube eyes. That's because parts of lot in streaming community. I mean, I can ask. More leniency for emote spam. So you say a lot of emote spam is still filtered? You had some issues even now and then? Long time ago. Okay, yeah. Right. Cool. Anything else we would like to get addressed? You get the impression from other streams that users sometimes claim they were shadow banned because of too many emotes. Okay. Users. Can you show me like screenshots of that, please? Because then I can actually forward it. As the more screenshots I get, the better, of course. Complaining about chat shadow bans for spamming. I would like to get that investigated. That doesn't sound like the right thing. YouTube should be keeping their eye on. Right. Anything else? Don't be shy. Well, maybe I need to actually check the live chat. Maybe some messages are hidden, but doesn't seem to be. What about mentions on mobile? I have to admit, sorry on my part, that was not on my list. We literally, just before the stream started, we had like a 3-page document of stuff we went through the first half hour of the stream. There was just follow-ups, and mentions on mobile hasn't unfortunately been on the list. Mentions on mobile chat. That is unfortunate. Nothing else matters. Oh god, no. I'm too close to the original. It would get copyright claimed. Or even striked. How can I prevent the sound from shifting to the video during a recording? What do you mean the sound from shifting? Like the offset? Or what do you mean? Sound shifting during recording. Lip synchronic. That is a good question. Usually you do that by having an encoder that actually works fast enough. So it's probably an encoder issue. And if your encoder isn't fast enough or isn't keeping up, then it's probably a hardware issue. So for example, if I'm talking right now and I have like an outdated driver or something, the cam link that captures my face cam can get a little laggy at times. That might cause asynchronicity for lips, for example. But that's usually not something you can fix in the recording itself. What you can do afterwards, if you record, you clap once, then you get a big spike in your audio, whatever you call it, audio waveform, for example. Then you like align the, you cut apart the video from the audio file in your editing program, for example, in DaVinci. And then you like move the video where you clap to the big peak in the waveform. That's how you usually fix it in the recording. If you have that live, that's a whole other issue. And I hope I'm not super asynchronous. My stream is perfect. I mean, my stream is far from perfect, but it is okay to pretty good, yeah. I would argue so. So a few shorts, and they weren't synchronous. Really? Like, do you think the recording was off, or was it like something they were trying to lip sync and it was just bad? Or what do you think happened there? Asynchronous. I'll put that in brackets for right now. Emma, 11 months. Thank you very much for supporting the good cause that we try to bring the light of YouTube to the world. Fighting the good fight for those who can't fight good. Yeah, exactly. That's what we do here. That's what we are trying to do here. Any new playables info for the EU? Actually, no, we haven't. But to be fair, that wasn't on my big list as well. However, I asked about it last week. Let me check. Did I get something? No. Unfortunately, no. Playables in EQ. I think it was a recording problem. It was delayed by a few milliseconds. Might be. Might be, might be. The Almighty. Right. Actually, let me pull up my calendar real quick. Because I've got to put recordings there. Right. Cool. That we do have. All right. Anything besides that? Labels, yeah. That is indeed a good call. As a newcomer on YouTube, should I start with shorter shorts or take advantage of the 3 minutes? That highly depends on how long you can actually hold the attention of the viewer. If you can actually tell your story and keep people engaged for 3 minutes, that is like the optimum. But likely, as you are just starting out without previous experience in how to write scripts and how to hold attention, that's probably not going to happen. So I would argue you should like be on the shorter side of things. And of course, make them as appealing as possible. And make them as clear as possible as well. Like put some work into the description so YouTube actually knows who to target these to. Maybe get some search views into your shorts as well. Just saying. Speaking of which, let me check real quick my analytics for the top content, which usually also has at least some shorts in them. Well, if I filter by shorts, it shows the shorts. So let's see. This short is mostly YouTube search and external search. Yeah, it's doing fine. Will the new moderation tools also include being able to pin messages and similar actions? We have not talked about that, but I will follow up on that. I would assume it would. Well, if they are working on moderation, that's probably on their to-do list as well. New moderation. Pinned messages / similar actions. Right. Cool. Yeah. So analytics, content, shorts. All right. I am going to share something with you real quick. So basically, these are my top performing shorts as of right now. And as you can see, how your viewers find your shorts is mostly through YouTube search and external, which means mostly Google search. So that's 80% of views coming there, which is 0.5K views just, well, like 80% of that is what, like 1200? So most of this is just like external, and external is Google and Google search, basically. So if you're making shorts content, make it searchable, please. For example, this one. It sucks as in the shown as feed, shown in feed rather. It had its initial push. It slowly goes up over time, but the views go up much faster through like shorts feed, etc. Also direct. Damn. How do those look? YouTube search, external. Yeah, it's all search. It's all search, folks. All search. That's actually not performing at all in YouTube search, which is funny. What's this one? This one is half YouTube search. Interesting. But external is also, yeah, it's mostly Google search. How to give memberships. And this one is external and YouTube search as well. So, if you folks plan on making shorts, make them searchable. Long term, that's your best bet. Those shorts are continuing to gather views over time. And of course, they might not be like making that much revenue. Like, for example, we've been in the partner program for 3 months right now, and those shorts each made about 10 cents of revenue, roughly. But I mean, after all, just keep them up for long enough time and doing fine. Did you ever talk about why YouTube recently decided to add SI query parameter to URLs when shared? Is it for more detailed traffic sources? I believe they've done that for a very long time. I don't think the so what you're referring to is the SI stands for, I believe, share identity or share index or something, and that's been on YouTube for like at least 10 years. I'm pretty sure. I usually like delete that part at the end, which is probably a bad thing, I guess, but I don't like it. Like I like my URLs clean. It's certainly not new. So I don't have any new information about it, but I mean, I can ask what it's used for. Righty. Cool. I mean, that's one page of new questions to answer. People on Reddit only started talking about it a few months ago. But I mean, we are still talking about people on Reddit. Imagine Fritz calls tomorrow. Would you take part in the 7 vs Wild? Oh god. I'm not a huge fan of camping. I gotta admit that. And being in a survival situation would probably mean I would lose like 10 kilos or more, maybe 15 kilos in a week or two. I feel like I probably wouldn't take it because there would be too much fear of health implications for me, I believe. Especially when it comes to dehydration and, let's say, digestion problems I sometimes have. I don't think that, like, even boiled river water is the best thing for me to consume. So, yeah, I think I might pass on that one. Let's just skip the gym. That's true. That's true. Certainly. But again, is it worth putting my body at risk for that? I don't think so. I mean, it is a very cool series. Um, the premise of the last season was interesting, to say the least. I did like the setting. New Zealand is a wonderful place to be, and I have no problems of actually going back to New Zealand. I have no problems going back to New Zealand and like living in a lodge on a lake shore, which is actually something I did 12 years ago, right after my Abitur, for a month. I traveled New Zealand. But that was like a bus tour with like proper eating stops, proper healthcare, proper hygiene. So I think I would pass on that one. And the reference Seven vs Wild is it's like a big show on YouTube Germany. So if you're international watching this, it's basically I'm thinking of something like Survival Island or something similar. Like I believe there was like a Netflix series very, very similar to Seven vs. Wild. Yeah. Or basically think of it as an extreme Mr. Beast challenge, but it's not like cut down into a 20-minute video, but it's actually like 14 to 16 episodes, each 1 hour long. But yeah, that's it so far. All right. I do think I will like let my notes get to YouTube and hopefully have a follow-up soon. And I thank you everyone for coming. It was a really, really pleasure being live with you again. I really enjoy those. But the thing is, it doesn't make any sense to have them more than once a month, since, yes, sure, like there are 10 people here right now, but it takes really a lot of time for YouTube to get back on some of those issues. And you've seen in the follow-up, there are still some issues that are still pending because it basically goes like a game of telephone. I tell the community manager talks to the product owner on Team YouTube, which is like responsible for the communication. The communications person goes to the actual team lead. The team lead has to ask the engineer, and then it has to come back all the way to me, right? So please be patient with this. We are trying to get more communications here, and I hope we are doing a better job than YouTube does on their own. I mean, otherwise you folks wouldn't be here. But yeah, I hope this is helpful. And if you find it helpful, please subscribe. I know all of you already have. I know. And if you come across streamers that are very frustrated, send them my way. I'm always happy to talk them through a lot of the currents that are YouTube. And, or rapids, I think is the better word. Is it rapid drafting? Current drafting? I know. I don't know. It doesn't matter. Okay. Yeah, I'll get those notes passed on. And I will see you folks on Saturday. Where I'll do like the recap that I did in the beginning of the stream, a little bit shorter. Maybe some images in there. We'll see. And otherwise, I see you folks in next month's stream. Will be around the 20th or like 3rd or 4th week of the month as well. All right. Take care, everyone, and have a good evening or day, depending on how where you're located. And see you, folks. Bye.